read Texas lawmakers, now the second largest state in the country, laying out their priorities, which start with Democrats not running key legislative committees anymore in the Lone Star State. For more on this, let's welcome in Texas State Representative Brian Harrison. Representative Harrison, good to have you back. Congrats on the win. Big week 2 weeks ago in the state of Texas. Greg Abbott, huge win, basically sending Beto O'Rourke into the political abyss now. What happens now at the state level in Texas?
Well, most importantly is that we respect the wishes of the Republican voters that gave us overwhelming majorities. Let me do a little thought experiment to educate your viewers on what's going on here. Kevin McCarthy, when he gets the gavel and is sworn in as Speaker, imagine if he turned around to Nancy Pelosi and said, "Hey, Nancy Pelosi, I want you to chair Ways and Means. Hey, AOC, why don't you take Energy and Commerce," right? There would be an uprising from Republicans across the country. That would be preposterous. But this is going to shock a lot of your viewers. That's exactly what's going to happen in the state of Texas, or what we're poised to do, where McCarthy is going to be removing Democrats from powerful House leadership positions. The Texas House of Representatives, where Republicans gave us overwhelming majorities, the House, the Senate, statewide, every statewide office, we are poised to give up to 40% of the Texas House of Representatives committee chairmanships to extremely liberal Democrats. It will be a slap in the face to the voters in the state of Texas. It's the #2 priority for the Republican Party down here in Texas, for conservative lawmakers like me, to make sure that we respect the wishes of the Republican voters who sent us here. And even though we won the Congress federally, Biden still has the White House. Unfortunately, the Democrats still have the Senate. So the most important battles for the next 2 years are going to be at the state level, states like Texas, state like Florida. We've got to not voluntarily give any power back to Democrats that they didn't earn from the voters, so we can stand up to the tyranny coming out of the Biden administration.
Really good point. I love how Democrats said their argument, by the way, was basically, well, we've always chaired these key committees, so why wouldn't we moving forward? Because Texas, let's be honest, Texas was a big blue state. Sam Rayburn, Lyndon Johnson, it was a blue state for a long time. You pointed out, basically saying, quote, the party of open borders, inflation, unaffordable gas prices, and high taxes have always had a seat at the table. Basically, you're saying that elections have consequences. Republicans won, and things are about to change in a big way in Texas. What do you do first?
Well, what we've got to do, we've got to change the rules to make sure the will of the voter is respected, and make sure that the majority party are the party that gets to chair the leadership positions in the House. And you're right, however we got here, Texas once upon a time was an entirely Democrat state, but that was an entirely different, completely different Democratic Party than the party of today, the party of Joe Biden, the party of socialism and open borders and inflation and of stripping parents of their rights. I mean, this is not a party that is to be negotiated with right now. They are playing to win. They understand the stakes have never been higher. They're playing to win. The Republican Party cannot voluntarily cede power back to them, and we got to make sure that stops. I think we're gonna force a vote to change the rules, and hopefully we'll be successful here in January.
It's interesting. Red America happening in a big way in the state of Florida. All statewide offices now in the hands of Republicans. Same in Texas. That's historic. Let's